Part A, x squared minus 5x minus 6 is greater than or equal to 0. Step 1, we're going to make sure it's in standard form, which it is. Everything is on the left, 0 is on the right. And we're going to ignore the inequality for right now, so this is considered side work, and make it an equal sign. And we're going to solve for the variable. How does x squared minus 5x minus 6 factor? Careful. This one's tricky. X minus 6, x plus 1. What does this say about x? Good. So again, step 1 is side work. For the remainder of this problem, we go back to our inequality once it's in standard form, which our starting inequality was. So you're looking for, okay, tell me.
I was thinking x minus 2, x plus 3.
Sure, so negative 2 times 3 makes negative 6, but negative 2 plus 3 does not make negative 5. So multiply to negative 6, but add to negative 5. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Steps 2, 3, and 4 all do with the number line. Step 2, draw a number line, and we're going to use these numbers to divide it into sections. Notice, make sure you put negative 1 on the left, positive 6 on the right. By putting these numbers on the number line, you have created 3 sections. This is the section of numbers less than negative 1. This is the section of numbers between negative 1 and 6. And this is the section of numbers greater than 6. From each section, you're going to pick a test point. Comment 1. The numbers you found in step 1, they have a name. They're called critical numbers. Notice for my critical numbers, I used tick marks on my number line. Comment 2. The test numbers are only there to get the signs. So once we get our signs in step 3, actually we already are in step 3, I should write 3 now. These numbers don't matter. So I would suggest doing one of 2 things, or both. Picking a different color, or using a different symbol, because you don't want to confuse your test numbers with your critical numbers. So I need a number that's less than negative 1. Negative 3, sure. I need a number between negative 1 and 6. Let's make it easy. 0. I need a number bigger than 6. It doesn't matter what number you pick as long as it is in that section. So please, common mistake is to pick a number in the wrong section. So sometimes to the left of negative 1 I see zeros. Nope, that's not correct. What you are going to do is you're going to put these test numbers in blue into the inequality that was in standard form. So for instance, we're going to say negative 3 squared minus 5 times negative 3 minus 6. You don't care what the number is, you care about the sign of that number. So if I put in negative 3, do I get positive or negative? Positive. So negative 3 gives me positive, which means any number to the left of negative 1 gives me positive. And I'm going to put in 0. 0 squared minus 5 times 0 minus 6. What? All right. What does 0 give you, positive or negative? Negative. How about 7? So 49 minus 35 minus 6. Positive. So the comments are, 1, it doesn't matter what number you pick in that section, the sign would be the same. So whether you picked negative 3 or negative 40 gabillion, it's going to give you a positive number. 2, now that we've got the signs, that negative 3, 0, and 7 are ignored. 3, the signs do not always alternate. So don't just skip the first section and then assume it goes minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. You have to check every section. Oh, weird. Step 4. The solution is all sections that agree with the inequality. Our inequality is greater than or equal to 0. Greater than or equal to 0, does that mean we want the positives or the negatives? Positives. So that's this section here. And this section here. How far left does the first section go? Negative infinity. Negative infinity gets a bracket or parenthesis. Comma, how far right does that section go? Negative 1. Now, included. Since our inequality is non-strict, it has an equal sign, we include the negative 1. But our answer is disjoint, so union. Where does it start up again? Included or not included? And how far right does it go? Positive infinity. Good. So if you pick a number less than or equal to negative 1 or a number bigger than or equal to 6, it'll be a solution to our inequality. All right, B, step 1, is it in standard form? How do we get in standard form? With the 5 over. So for the rest of the problem, this is what we're going to consider. To finish off step 1, we're going to ignore the inequality and make it an equal sign. And we're going to solve for the variable. How does it factor? Let's see, 2x plus 5, x minus 1. Tell me about x. It likes red wine, long walks on the beach. It's negative 5 over 2. Good. Steps 2 through 4 all deal with the number line. If you would, pick a number from each section, determine its sign, i.e. do step 3. Positive, negative, positive. So remember, you're going back to this guy here. So always go back to your standard form. Questions on any of those signs? Okay. Do we want the positives or the negatives? Negatives, because it's less than 0. So that's this section here. How far left to how far right does this section go? Up to. Do we include the negative 5 halves? Nope. The 1? Nope. So if your inequality is strict, those problems are actually easier because in your answer, everything gets a parenthesis. You don't even have to worry about, oh, do I put a bracket there or not? And that's going to be true for the entire section.